I don't know. I don't know if there was a favorite part about being in the Challenger series. I don't know if there's like anything to be happy about in Challenger. I guess the one thing is that like, I guess no, there's nothing. There's no redeeming factor. I guess if you win the whole thing, you're like earning your org or like your team $1 million roughly or more. So I guess that's kind of cool if you get to that point. But I never did, so it was a dark time for me.
But you got out of it.
Yeah, I got out of it.
Now you're seeing the light of day.
I am seeing the light of day in the LCS. Yep. I learned quite a bit. The solo queue there is like vastly different for sure, and it actually took me like a week or two to really like adjust to like how they played, because I felt like in NA I could be super like lackadaisical and like not even be super focused on the game, but in Korea it was like if I like blew a flash, I'd be getting like 5-man ganked even in like platinum. Literally like within 30 seconds I'm getting like 5-man dove and like just destroyed by like these junglers that don't even farm. They're just like only gank, and it was like really weird to get used to, but kind of just, I guess it just taught me to be like more focused when I'm like practicing in solo queue, because it's easy to like not really care. And then like obviously that's just solo queue though. I mean, from scrimming I just sort of got like a better understanding of bot lane, because a lot of NA bot lanes don't really teach you that much, because a lot of mistakes just go unpunished. In Korea, it felt like if you took a bad trade, like you would lose the lane, you'd be down like 20 CS, you'd like instantly like lose all your pressure on that side of the map, you know? Like we played against like some really, really good bot lanes, and it was really difficult. I mean, I felt like after like a week, I like caught up to speed, but before that, I was like super out of touch with like how like extreme, how like hard you can get punished for certain things, and it just sort of taught me to think more in general. It's up to the player, I guess, because I played since season 1, and back then like roles weren't really a thing. You just kind of played whatever you felt like. Even like professional teams had players like legit like swapping between roles based on like the champion that you picked. So, I mean, I just like started playing in a time back then when I would just play everything. So I kind of just like kept doing that. It can be pretty good for sure. Like it gives you more knowledge of the map. Like, you know, if your mid laner like can't roam to your lane and like you just don't understand why, because you've never played mid lane and you don't understand how you can make it so that he can roam to your lane, or like how you can help him, it can be really bad, you know. But like me, I played mid lane for 6 months. I've got like a pretty good understanding of like matchups and like how we can like pressure and stuff like that. So I feel like that translates to my play as an AD carry as well. So I think it's pretty helpful if you're able to play 2 or 3 roles really well. Yeah, I played on quite a few teams. I mean, the environment's completely different on every single team, just like based on how serious everybody is about actually competing at the top level, how badly everyone wants to get better, how willing people are to like make sacrifices for like the good of the team. And I'm not sure if I would have anything specific to say, but just that changes like super vastly between like each team atmosphere. Yeah, I think like probably like even though we lost and we got like memed a lot, like I think Ember was actually a really, really good team to be on. We were like, I'm like sort of surprised with like how it went, because we were crushing scrims for like an entire like 3 or 4 months versus like even like top 3 LCS teams, even though people didn't really consider us that good individually, just because our communication with each other was really good and we were like pretty good friends with each other. And it didn't really translate into like the super high pressure match that actually mattered, but it was like I felt like it was a really good positive team atmosphere, because everyone just wanted to have the same goal in mind. Everyone was like super committed to it and felt good. Not to say that obviously Dig is really good too, but of course we have like some communication issues still, right? And there's like 2 different cultures are balancing, NA and Korea. So it's not to say like it's worse, but it's like more difficult for sure. It's as I said, Ember was just 5 NA players, so it was like super easy. Everyone understands each other. Mixing like Korean NA, it's like it can be for sure worth it, and it will be worth it. But of course, there's going to be some communication issues in the early parts of the team. all kinds of things. I'm learning that I don't like rice cakes or fish cakes, and kimchi is not my favorite dish. I don't quite enjoy eating rice with every meal, and I'm not a fan of tentacles. That's what I've learned so far. No, I mean, I'm in terms of like game, like in the game, like I'm just trying to learn like how I can communicate better with every aspect of the team. You know, whether that means like utilizing pings, which are super helpful, or just simplifying like my vocabulary to like get points across more easily. And I'm sort of like just learning how I can do that better, because I feel like I can have like a lot of the time if I'm like winning my lane or if I'm in like a good position, I have like a really strong voice on the team, and I'm just trying to learn how I can communicate more effectively. And yeah, and I'm learning that ADCs are not made to do damage in Season 7. I am a ultimate bot. I chuck my ultimate off cooldown and see what happens. I farm my mid lane. I throw down the occasional control ward, and I see what happens with the game. So it's interesting. It's interesting. And I learned that Edge of Night is a really fun item on this patch in particular. So yeah.